So if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you have a basic knowledge of copywriting. You might have watched some Ferrari guru tell you how to write a basic email or give you some copy and paste templates that aren't very good, but you probably feel like you don't actually have an idea of what good copywriting actually looks like. And that's actually a very bad thing, because if you don't know what a good copywriter who gets paid a lot of money can produce, then you have no frame of reference for how your copy should look. And that's key to getting paid. So in this video, I'm going to break down a 100-page sales letter written by a 7-figure copywriting friend of mine. And all you have to do is sit back with a paper and pen while I give you this masterclass. And this is actually a lesson from my paid mentorship program, which is not cheap. And it's the first time I've ever released anything like this in public. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, so now we're going to break down this sales page. And this sales page generated a lot of cash, like multiple 6 figures. And it's very important before I go into the sales page that you actually understand the context of who the sales page is written for and what time it was written during, and also just what the product is, right? So first of all, who is this for? This is for personal trainers. This was targeted towards people who had personal training businesses, but you probably know yourself. You've probably seen people in your life, or you've definitely come across them on Instagram who are like personal trainers, and they basically, they have a little Instagram page, they maybe have some results, they have videos of them training, stuff like that, right? And these guys don't really have an actual business. They just have an Instagram page and they will sell something and they don't really know what price, or they've come up with some random price, but they basically are like essentially just brand new beginners. Like, they think that because they can create an Instagram page, it's going to result in business. And what they really need is a proper structure. It's the same for if you're a beginner copywriter and someone doesn't give you a structure of how to run a business, which is why why I make videos on this channel for free, and why I have my paid offer where we coach people to do this right. If you don't know how to actually set up a business and operate everything properly, you're just not going to make money. Like, you might make a small amount, and it might look better than making nothing, which was your previous sort of state. But the reason this sales page exists is to sell them a product that will basically show them the entire structure and give them everything they need to properly build a business, right? And this is honestly one of my favorite sales pages of all time. It was written by a friend of mine who is honestly one of my best friends in personal life. And I was in his house and we sat down and I said, like, I love this sales page. And he actually showed me that the heading for the sales page, this read this or that came from some like 1970s advertising book, like some little tiny headline that he had. This guy's forensic about his copywriting. So anyway, that's the context of what the product sells or what the page sells. And now we're going to basically go through, finally as well, this was put out during lockdown, during the first sort of lockdown when everybody had to stay in their houses and gyms started to close and a lot of in-person businesses weren't working. So the reason that's important is that this is essentially positioned as, this is your opportunity to either let your business die. So if you're a gym owner or a personal trainer that does it on the gym floor, like, those people were going out of business because there was literally no people, like nobody was allowed out of their house. So this was like, look, I'm going to take you from an in-person gym business to an online gym business with this product. And this is really, really important. So let's just get into this. Now, obviously, I have saved this as a Google document, so it's not going to look as pretty as it did. It was a nice, really, really well formatted website. And there was a bit of extra stuff here that's not here, but it's like any of the copy I've made sure to keep. The copy is all here. So a lot, like all the pictures are still here. It's just like the nice like structure of how the page looked and the colors in the background and stuff aren't there, but not really relevant here. So let's just get started, right? So the headline of this sales page: if you're a fitness entrepreneur, so this is very important. So like, this is targeted at people who are fitness entrepreneurs. Immediately you see that it's telling you who this page is for. If you're a fitness entrepreneur, this bad thing is forcing you to do 2 things, right? So this is introducing the angle. So COVID-19 is forcing you to either read this or retire. So if you want to retire, if you don't want to make any more money, I'm just going to separate that to the next page. If you don't want to make any more money, that's retirement. So that's the bad state. And the other option is to read this, which is getting them to read the sales page, right? And you're really, really hyping up like why they need to read this, because this is a long form sales letter. I've got this pasted in here. It's 100 pages long. So it's like a very long one. And if I actually see word count, that's an 8,000 word sales letter. So this is not small. This is like a big sales letter, right? So this is your situation. If you're this person, you are in trouble because of this. So your options are to stay in trouble or to read this. Now, here is a little sub sort of section. Lockdown and quarantine advisory. It's positioned as like the end of the world, like the apocalypse and stuff. That's a cool angle that he's went for with the imagery and stuff. So there's a 95% chance that a fitness entrepreneur will decline in revenue, time, and impact even when there's 3 already accessible pandemic shifts hidden within your business. So you see how that immediately creates, like, this is for people who have fitness businesses, but they don't know how to transition them to online. And this is saying, you already have all the tools that you need. We just need to show you how to use them. My name is Phil Graham, and in the middle of the fitness entrepreneur pandemic, I'd like to free you from that destiny. So this horrible thing is happening, and it really affects you. I'm here to be your guiding light to take you out of there. Vetted with over 350 plus private clients in our previous weeks. Read on to uncover 3 pandemic shifts to make your business bulletproof. So you can see how they're really relying on this is the mechanism we're gonna use to help you get out of this situation. And this is social proof. So if 350 plus private clients, so this guy must already know what he's doing. He's got 350 people who've gone through this. So let's move on to the next one. So this is always done as a nice little touch. It makes it more personal. This is a sales letter, so it's like, from Phil, Tuesday. Now, this one wasn't actually written by Phil, believe it or not. This was written by his copywriter, but that's the job of a copywriter. Dear fitness entrepreneur, welcome to the revolution. So again, highlighting who this is for. Welcome to the revolution. I've spent the past week in the trenches with people like you, and what I'm saying is terrible. This is really scaring me, guys. Here's 3 things, word for word, I learned from the mouth of one strong. So this is where you start to highlight, the pain points of the audience, right? And you really, really want to sell that. And so this is the problem, agitate, solution framework that you see a lot of copywriters use. Hopefully you're making notes here, by the way. If you aren't making notes, I would pause this video and go back and start making notes. It's really, really important. So I have no idea how I'm going to financially recover from this. So these are things that he's heard from people like you. It's nearly like that Make America Great Again thing, where it's like, America's once great, we're going to make it great again, and this is how we're going to do it. You see, once strong entrepreneurs. So people like you who were once having a good time, and now you're suddenly having a bad time, which is, the people are going to relate to that because they're like, man, I don't know what to do. This is very targeted. This is advertised to people who are obviously struggling with their fitness business, and this is the solution. So it's like they were obviously doing better before, because now they're struggling, and they're only struggling because they're making less money than they were before. So they're once strong, right? So that's a really good sort of little tool to use there. So here's 3 things. I have no idea how I'm going to recover financially from this. My gym is closed, trainers still need to be paid, and I have no idea what to do next. I'm just going to, over the course of this, if I have to enter things, clients want to cancel, no new leads, mate, I'm being ghosted. So these are real life situations that are probably happening to the people that are reading this, and these are just ways to relate that to them. It's like, I've spoke to 3 guys, and this is what I was hearing last week. You know what I mean? So this is agitating their pain point. And as you'll soon see, there's a quick answer for how to survive COVID-19, because for every event in life, there's an opposite reaction. And COVID is that exact opposite reaction on steroids for fitness entrepreneurs just like you. So we're taking this horrible thing that's really, really negatively affecting you, and we're going to flip it to show you how you can use it to your advantage. The reality is it's created 2 very different paths in growing or sinking your existing business. The first, you can react to it. It controls you. But you're here reading this article, so I hope to set you free from this reality. So it's like, you've made the right choice. You're eliminating, there's something called buyer's regret that people have whenever they commit to something or spend money or spend time on something, where they think, have I really made a good choice buying this thing? And for this, all they've done is read. So they're not they haven't purchased anything, but they've spent their time. they're spending something on it. And so you just want to kind of reiterate that they're making a good decision by reading this, because I'm going to show you exactly what you're doing. So this is the horrible thing that happens if you stop reading, but you're not going to stop reading because luckily you know that like I'm here to help you. And if that sounds like you'll take the second path, right? Which is you control your destiny and innovate. And it's just like a picture of him like all excited. So which do you choose? Listen, that's an external event. Let me explain what that means. It's an outside event. It's forcing business owners like you and I to react and make decisions. So it's essentially positioning this like, do you want to be strong or do you want to be weak? Do you want to be weak and let it control you, or do you want to be strong? Which fits with this guy's brand a lot, because he's like former bodybuilder, runs a big like authority sort of positioned business. It's like, I am going to help you. You are weak if you don't listen to what I say. That's how he's positioning it, and that's a very strong way of positioning something. Make the wrong decision and your fate is sealed. You will overwork and either skim by or clients drop out. So inside this article, we're uncovering the 3 pandemics. So again, this is the mechanism that's going to take you to what you need. The best part is, so you're going to remove objections. So this is something that like a lot of people will have. Absolutely no rebranding required. Oh, thank God. Like, because they're immediately being like, how can I take what I currently have and change it? Like, how is that going to make a difference? Well, we're going to remove all that pain for you. So we're going to save you time and reputation. You're not going to have to rebrand. We're not going to make you do this technical stuff you don't want to do. Absolutely not about offering boot camps or random editions. So all the things that they know their audience doesn't really want because they've done their market research. Like the guy who wrote this done a lot of market research before he published this. Like it didn't just go out. Look, the mere fact that you're here is enough. You're about to pull through what 95% of fitness entrepreneurs are about to get emptied by. So like again, re-emphasizing like most people are going to get killed off by this, but if you're reading this, you're going to survive. Here's why. Trying to fix this external event is like trying to tell a PT to go to quarterly pricing or quit hourly pricing. So this is just like, again, research comes in here. Like this is something that PTs, know that they don't want to do or whatever. You will never fix your business by brute force, outworking or meditating, nor can you sit by and idly wait. After hours upon speaking, I see this. You can react, you can innovate. This is what nobody is seeing right now. So I have the path. The old way is gone. The new way is mine. That's literally what he's selling you on. The old way is gone. The new way is mine. Entrepreneurs already know for everything that happens, it gets an opposite reaction. So it's like you already know this. It's like setting the expectation that, look, we both agree that what I'm saying here is true. You know this, right? So using that, now I want to basically position how what I'm saying is true. So this pandemic is basically like Isaac Newton's third law for fitness entrepreneurs. So this is kind of like a interesting little mechanism. Like what is he talking about here? That means forces always act in pairs. Action and reaction are always equal and opposite. So that's obviously related to Isaac Newton's laws of gravity or whatever. So this is a little bit deeper than what the average copywriter is going to start writing. This is where more research, this is where experience comes in. This guy is an experienced copywriter. He has literally generated millions of dollars. Like he's a top G copywriter. What I'm saying is for everything that happens to us as entrepreneurs, there's an equal upside, an equal opportunity to uncover a massive upside. Think about it. Each of the following had heavy negatives associated with them. Yet, Discover Oil, so some of this is a little bit, because I've pasted it on here, it might not read perfectly because it should be formatted properly. But if you discover oil, lamps, fuel, and heating. Discover the internet, you get online commerce, connection, and information. Discover COVID, you now get more new clients, more services, and more loyalty, right? So whenever these things first came out, they had negative associations with them. So COVID's obvious, like negative, all the bad things that are happening, we're forced out of business, etc. The internet, this is bad for in-person businesses because it's blah, blah, blah. And oil, I'm sure, I don't know what the negatives were at the time, probably like it's expensive or it's negative or whatever. But you can look at it in a different light, right? You choose how you think and feel about COVID. You can get swallowed by it, or you can choose to say, again, repeating the same thing. I'm not gonna break down every line if it's the same thing, but and from my research and conversations, the most fitness entrepreneurs are reacting. They're surviving, grasping, and trying to fight. These are your pandemic shifts. Answer them and increase your revenue. The solutions are already contained in your business. So let's just scroll down a little bit because this is 100 pages long. So let's just say, so here's another big point. Firstly, you must change the value offering. So these are the 3 pandemic shifts that you can make, right? Change the value offering. What do you value? Stop pricing hourly, which is something that they're used to, right? Start packaging your services and start offering more innovative value. So that's all part of the first one. The second one, you must change your method of delivery. So stop waiting for this thing to disappear. Start pivoting and bringing clients online with you. Have honest conversations with clients and plans for retention, right? Thirdly, you must expand your business model. So again, it's like contrast is used a lot here, like stop and then this is what you do. Visual, right? You must expand your business model. So if you want to become a great copywriter, right, you have to understand that visuals are part of good copywriting. You're not always going to be doing like basic, no image, like images are like insanely powerful because the average person reads things. You can describe it really well, but like if you have a picture, like let's say he's like, okay, one of our clients, like you're going to see loads of testimonials down here that are really valuable. Say one of our clients just built his business and he's just bought a new Mercedes off this new thing. Like that picture of the Mercedes, what are you trying to convey in your writing? You're trying to convey that, oh, this is making people lots of money. How do I visualize that and show that to people? Because people are quite visual. They react to visual stimuli. They see a Mercedes, they're like, oh, expensive thing that was bought by this. Oh, shit, I believe this more. That's basically how it goes, right? So thirdly, you must expand your business model and a couple of little benefits, right? A little things that he talks about. Like, can you make it work? We're like, keep reading. We're gonna show you how to make these things work. Start with a mindset. You will serve many new clients entering the marketplace. These are pandemic shifts. You must quickly adapt, right? I'm just gonna skip through this, and the next time I have something, I'm just gonna pause and redo the loom. Okay, so I've just read this part again. So this is very important. So these are the pandemic shifts you must use. This is very important that you read this. That's what this line says. What's more, they're fast. This is fast. This is easy. And this is something you can already do. And it comes without all the pain. This is the biggest lesson in copywriting. Everything you ever sell has to come fast, easy, and without pain. Fast, easy, and without pain. Like that needs to be at the heart of everything you sell. If it's not fast, if it's not easy, and it doesn't sell with pain, it's not going to sell. Literally look at anything on the internet related to this. It all applies. So when it doesn't fit, you sacrifice the very thing. It's like, me, making it about the actual person reading this. See, whilst I'm about to show you how to do all this cool stuff, it did not come easily. As I mentioned, my name is Phil, and by now you've probably listened to my podcast, seen my barbecue on social media. So then, yeah, it's basically like reassuring them who is writing this. I've done all this insane stuff. I don't have a rags to riches story, but it will tell you that I was sleeping in my car between sessions. So this is like, obviously everyone uses a story to sell themselves if it's a personal brand. So this guy is like being a little bit self-aware here. Well, obviously he's a copywriter. So it's like, look, I'm not like everybody else. I don't have this story, but I will tell you that like I was sleeping in my car between client sessions, which is definitely something that like the average person can relate to. I will tell you that building a 6-figure business when I had zero education about all this stuff was excruciating, right? Like this was a horrible thing. It was really difficult. I will tell you that running these businesses individually forced me to actually change. And so these are the things I noticed in myself, and I want you to make sure that you avoid this pain. This is all the pain stuff that he had. He wants you to avoid pain. And so they all run like clockwork, mostly without me, and can survive these horrible things. It's safe to say I built businesses to survive what you're currently struggling with. So I have the key. I have the answer. I've already done this. Here's the proof. Here's the pain points I had. They relate to you. Keep reading and I'll show you how to repeat what I've done. So my clients, so social proof, call me the king of strategy, authority. Because truthfully, I'm a systems thinker and implementer, right? I hate one-off successes and I love repeatability, right? So this is just kind of getting in. So I'm going to, again, pause. I'll just pause throughout this video. I don't want to waste your time here. I'm going to review parts that are actually useful for you. So again, here today I'm running a 7-figure coaching business. I work 4 or 5 hours tops daily. So this is the dream for anyone reading this. It's like I make $1 million a year. and I work 4 to 5 hours a day. Oh, who wouldn't want that? A 6-figure business in this that runs completely without me and maybe takes 4 hours. In fact, my wife manages it. Oh, the dream, more money, effortless passive income that comes in. A 6-figure education, public speaking, and writing business in the fitness industry. Again, that's pretty much it, right? That's a lot of moving pieces and a lot I could lose if I didn't understand the pandemic. So it's like, if you don't understand what I do, you won't be able to ever build what I've just built here, which is what everybody wants. So setting it up, you want all this shit, don't you? Yes. Okay. If you don't understand what I'm about to tell you, you'll suffer the same fate I did, which is all the pain before that. Just one of those businesses could drown me in work and anxiety if I didn't set it up correctly. And yet today, I have what I always set out. So I have what you want. Money, freedom, and impact. Big things. Big things that everybody wants to have. And I'll again pause. So again, this is a relatable one, right? The reality is, what's your business worth if it produces money, but it takes up every last ounce of your time and energy? What's worse? What good does it have in the world if it has zero impact on others? It's like, you want to build a business, you don't want to just make money. You don't want to just take people's cash and not actually provide value. Which is why last week I came to a stunning conclusion. I realized that in the middle of this, entrepreneurs need a shift. So these again are the pandemic shifts. You've already seen them, so let me show you how to use them, right? And now it's got like an interesting visual, right? I talked about a visual before. Does this look intense? It's not. It's very simple. You see, money, impact, and freedom are all lined up with a Venn diagram that shows you how to achieve it, right? My clients refer to it as the genius model, right? So this is another like mechanism. This is another like secret thing that you don't know. It's a tool that you can use to achieve all these amazing results that you want. And so again, the genius behind this model. So he talked about how like this is unbelievable and this gives you everything you want and you already have it. You just don't know how to use it. So this is how he's going to show you. Usually when a fitness again, more pain. It's like, look, usually the way you're working is wasting you loads of time. The more money you make, your time goes up. The more impact you make, the time. So you want to do all these things, but you don't want to increase your time. So how do you do that? Keep reading. We're going to show you. The reality is, this is wasting all your time. A big sort of dream that he sells in this is that I'm going to save you time, but I'm also going to make you more money because those are the things you want. So you see, speed or like fast. Yeah, it's fast, easy, and without pain. It's going to be fast for you because you're going to make more money in less time. That's fast. Then there's, what was the other one? Sorry, I've literally just been reading this. Speed, fast, easy, and without pain. Yeah, easy is like, we're going to show you. You already have this stuff. It's easy. So, why are the balloons coming up? It's, oh my God. Man, sorry. This is in the middle of this thing. I'm doing this completely raw, one take. It's easy because you already have this stuff, and it's without pain because you're not going to have to do all this random stuff. We're just going to show you how to like change how you're looking at the business, right? So it gives you fast, easy, and without pain. As you can see, it's throughout this whole thing. Now here, he goes from just talking about himself to relating this to how he helped people just like you. Again, this is the one thing, if you take away from this video and nothing else, this is the one thing you need to do. So, overworked, so pain point, this is the person, right? So personal trainer, he's overworked, he's burnt out. And the next thing is he does our magic thing, our magic system, and in 6 weeks, so it's fast, easy, and the pain. So that you want to basically show them how to overcome the pain, fast and easy, right? Have it without pain. And then you're going to see he basically uses the same one, right? So these are just testimonials. This is a testimonial, visual one, pretty funny. Like you read through that, you're kind of sold. And so let me show you how to do this. And he's still selling you on reading this because this is really, really, really long. He's really, really selling. You see how he hasn't even mentioned the product? See how he is, like we're 23 minutes into this video. I've been reading through this fairly quickly. He hasn't even mentioned the product. He's showing you how if you read this, the purpose is to get them to continue reading, not buying things. Like most people don't understand how to like actually sell value. So I just hired a new copywriter for my business, right? To put out some posts for me. And I keep telling him, he keeps trying to just sell people stuff straight away. And I'm like, no, you have to give them value. If you don't give them value, they don't care. They have no reason to work with me. I don't want to put stuff out that's straight up just work with me, work with me, work with me. It's like, I want to give you value before, because if I give you value, you can see that I know what I'm talking about. And it's the same here. He gives loads and loads of value in the sales page, and then he pivots like, here's how I can help you implement what I've just told you. Okay, so now that he's got you to care about reading on, now he's going to show you the Fitness Business Growth Kit, which is what this is about. This is the product. So as you can go, these are the first 3 modules, and there's way more. You will be able to do these things, right? So you'll be able to do these new pivots, eliminate the pain, as you can see, in as little as 4 weeks. So quickly, you can get these results. More profitable, more grounded, your impact is raised, you get better client results, better mindset, bulletproof business, all aligns with his brand. It's authority. It's like a military approach. You can literally see soldiers here. Reality is, it's an amazing opportunity, but you're missing it because you don't have what I have to sell you. If you're worried about cancellations, pain point, wanting to shift online, I'm worried about selling during a crisis, worried about all these things, cutting expenses, protecting cash, syndicating content exponentially, I've got you covered, right? I am here. I am your safe man to pull you through this horrible time. So in this module alone, I'm going to show you what to say when you're selling a future client. I'm going to give you actionable steps to all of these problems. 3 different packages. So you can see it's just like actionable steps like that I'm going to give you if you join. Module 1, right? As you can see, we'll just break this down further. How to design this perfect thing that suits you, it's easy, and have people dying to work with you. We're going to give you money. We're going to set it up in an easy way, and that doesn't involve pain. It's like, I want to do this, but I want to make sure that I can still be myself, and I'll actually make money, and it won't take me much time. You see how it's constantly reiterated. Every single heading. It's like, I'll get you fast, easy, without pain. This is the most important thing you can take away here. So let's get further down here, because he's talking more about, like, man, I could go on and on. It doesn't matter. These are the pain points. These are the pain points. Like, you can do this. You can do this. We will show you how to do this. Client result. See, dropping in client results constantly. So whoever you're working with to write a sales page for, you need to get a list of all their client results, all the screenshots, and see how you can use those. So let's go through here. So more of the same there. And again, loads of actionable stuff that's really simple. If we scroll down here, student result may have quadrupled her profits in a short time. And what's better, because once the leads come rolling in, it's perfect, right? So module 1, so some of the images, there's probably an image to go with this one, right? Here, no, it's not that one, but yeah, there's obviously images to go with some of these. So again, if we go through here, we can see the same stuff. We're starting to get near like the end. We're in the second half. So more of the module breakdown, like what you're going to get, interesting photos, testimonials the whole way through here, bro. Literally giving them the result that they want. More about the modules. So as you can see, like, let's break down this, right? So this is one module. Right now, I bet there's no shortage of stuff you're doing in your business. So you're very busy and it's very hard and it's crap. But you're doing is, when you're doing it, you're probably thinking, do I have to do this again? So they're sick of doing boring, repeatable tasks. The good news is about to change. That's right. In this module, you're going to discover how to do this stuff. It's efficient. And I'm going to show you these tactical steps that you can start doing today, right? Bam. Module 7, how to boost emotional intelligence, build confidence, melt imposter syndrome, and put yourself out there. So this, honestly, man, if you use like what I'm showing you in this thing, I'm not gonna put this document in the description just because I don't want like 100,000 people using the same thing. But I'll probably put this inside our private coaching community. If you're interested in working with me, and if you want stuff like this constantly every single week, we coach people. There's a link in the description. You can learn about who I've worked with. I've got loads of great results. I'm just going to move on. I don't need to sell you on that. You can see it if you want. If you want to understand like the biggest problem that's holding you back as a copywriter and how I can help you, you can go to that link in the description. So yeah, you can basically see nobody else is offering you this. This is what everybody else is doing. And here's how I help you do this, right? So then this is a really good angle. This is an angle. This is one of my favorite parts of this sales page. This is your fitness business MBA. So he's like, okay, now you're probably wondering, this all looks unbelievable. I'm really, really sold. But how much does it cost? However, before we dive into the investment, you see how it's positioned as investment, because that's really what it is. You're investing in a coach. You're not buying, it's not like you're buying a t-shirt and you just wear it whenever you want. This is investing. This thing is going to invest because it's going to yield long returns. This is your fitness business MBA. So I actually didn't know what this meant because I'm not from America, but an MBA is basically like a business degree in America. So this is your specific fitness business MBA. It's a really, really well positioned thing. And if you don't know, I just live out in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and our best university here is this, where it costs £22,000. So setting the frame, 22 grand. We're giving you this thing that's typically worth £22,000. Here's a proof. Here's a screenshot, £22,000. Takes a full year. It's really, really painful. And maybe, just maybe, you'll walk away with the potential to earn this much. So that's your return on investment, right? 22K after a full year of paying, and you might, not even guaranteed, you might have a chance to make 40 or 60K. Not too bad. Yet that 22K takes over 13 months to pay off, if you're lucky. I don't know about you, but I didn't get into the fitness industry to be an employee or enjoy capped income. So you're just starting to set them free now. It's like, look, this is what's currently being offered to you. And, you know, if you enjoy that, fine. So with the fitness business growth kit, right, you can kind of see this is due to the formatting. It's a little bit unspaced. You won't pay that. In fact, you won't go anywhere near that. So it's like, oh, this thing this is a reputable thing. This is what people know about. This is relevant to his audience. You know what I mean? This thing that's really expensive and not very good is 22 grand. But my thing, you won't even go near that. Oh, unbelievable. Now, this is sick. I love what he does here, right? So, what was that line? Whilst I have an inner circle mastermind close to this price, today I simply want you to have the innovation and control over COVID. So you don't need that. I'm just going to give you something that you don't need that. But so it obviously tells the person that I sell something really, really expensive. So this guy must be smart if he's selling something worth 20 grand. So I'm making a deal with you on this page. Given the fitness business growth kit includes everything you need, almost everything you get inside my masterminds, I believe a fair price would be 5K. I love this. A fair price. I've shown you that it's 22K for the same thing if you go to university. And I think it's fair that I would charge you 5K. And truthfully, if I could just show you this, you'd start to pull back multiples of this investment within the first month alone, right? So you can see now he's going to start literally showing examples of people who are getting a return on their investment. Like Ben, he pulled 2 grand in his first week. So if Ben can pull in 2 grand a week, you know what I mean? How many weeks is it going to take you? It's going to take you a couple of weeks to make that 5K back. That's actually useful, right? But today I'm slashing 60% off this investment and handing you 3 grand and change. I really like this. I'm slashing 60% off that. And I'm giving you back 3,000. Between you and I, do this what you will. Think about all that money you're saving. It's unbelievable. So you won't even pay half of what I think is a fair price. So I'm giving you like an unfairly cheap price. Today the investment is just $19.97, which I'm sure you'll now all agree is exceptional value for something that guarantees you'll get more money, more impact, more freedom. So all the things they want. So he's talked about this over and over. All in the midst of a pandemic that is wiping out more fitness professionals than a literal worldwide famine. So when you're ready, click or tap. So this is the call to action. Very, very clear. This is something you have to do in your call to actions. Click this big button below. It will tell you exactly, it will let you buy. Still curious? Let's break that down. Remember that the Fitness Business Growth Kit is something you own for life. This means that over the next year alone, your investment is £5 a day. This is called amortizing the price, and it's really, really powerful. So don't think about this. This is an investment that you'll get for life, right? Don't think about the big upfront cost. Think about it as £5 a day, £38 a week, or $166 a month. You're chunking it down. You're making it easier for them to understand like how much it's going to cost. £166 a month. This is amortized over a 12-month period, right? So it's only going to cost you £166 a month. And you've seen all the insane results that I've gotten you. Like one guy made back $2,000 in his first week. And this is costing you £38. He made $2,000 in a week. So you understand like how he's really amortizing this and framing this correctly, because like I know this guy's products are great. To be honest, like I actually know this guy's products are great. He gets so many results, like more proof. So it's basically like, I dare you to make more than £5 today. If that inspires you, get started today and use that button above. And if making £166 a month leaves you wondering about cash flow, let me make this easy for you. So are you worried, like, is £166 a month that big a deal for you? Like, if so, let me make this easy for you. I recently employed one of the best accountants in the UK, Authority. And the last chat we had, he told me it was a marvel about how my business, and I should change absolutely nothing about how I run it. But I'm going to break the rules today. I know this is blah, blah, blah. So then he offers like a payment plan where it costs slightly more money because you're not paying it all up front. So if you want to join the payment plan option, this is what you can do. Remember that fast implementers regularly pull multiple 4-figure sales. So remember, like, if you don't even have the 2K up front today, that's fine. We can help you with a payment plan, which is fine. And then look, more results. If you pay $750 a month, if you just commit to this small amount, this is what you could do. Melvin created this much sales close to Christmas, typically the worst week to do this. Like, this is he got the biggest result in the worst week, and it's way more money than it's going to cost you to actually invest here. That week alone, $750 was just 16% of his week. So the split payment option is incredibly fast cash flow if cash flow is on your mind. Let's face reality. In life, there are costs and investments. You make the choice on as to what you do with your money. However, if you like all these great things, investing in this is very, very easy by clicking this button. Still unsure? Let me knock you off the fence. You're sitting on the fence. I'll even include, okay, so this is where he adds bonus. This is where he raises the value of the product. He's like, I'm going to also give you a ticket to my next workshop in person, right? Might be online actually, but regardless, okay, so basically it's this bonus. So I'm giving you a free ticket to this event. You get more and more value. So you see how already all of this stuff, it should have been 5K. Now it's 2K. Now you can also pay via payment plan. Here's all the results proving how valuable this really is. And if that's still not enough, we're going to give you all these other bonuses. So if we scroll down, valued at this price, yours free. So that there's a reason, like, he builds this up because obviously he wants you to understand why it's worth £250. Because if you just say it's worth 250 quid, most people do this. Our ebook, it's worth $200. It's like, your ebook is not worth $200, right? You have to understand what a fair price is for something. So you have to explain and justify in the customer's mind why this thing is actually worth that much money. If you just say it's worth that much money, nobody believes you because it's like, well, how have you proven that to me that it's actually worth this, right? Now, if you don't, this is another one. This is a guarantee. This is actually something I offer in my business. So like, we offer people to get their first, at the time of, if you're watching this, it may be changed in the future. We offer people basically their first 3 copywriting clients are guaranteed. If you follow everything we do, if we can see that you've done everything you can to get those 3 clients following what we've taught you, and it still doesn't work, we'll give you every penny back. And so he basically uses the same thing here. Now, I've got more I want to put in your hands. We'll even go for lunch together. So like, we will meet in person. This is adding more trust to this sales page. It's like, look, I'm not some fly-by-night guy you'll never meet. We're actually going to go to lunch together. And if the absolutely unlikely event that you meet me and you haven't got the best out of this course that's generated so many people results, I'll refund every penny you have, and I'll also buy you an epic burger and fries. So a very visual way of giving you your money back and making it better. You're taking zero risk. So you're just eliminating objections left and right here. If you haven't made a positive ROI, I'll personally reimburse you, right? And then he talks about the terms of his thing, right? Obviously, there's some terms. You can't just say, oh, I tried this and it didn't work. Like, see him. You know, like, if someone comes into our program and they say that they tried everything and we can see that they haven't even posted in the group or they haven't done any work, it's like, you didn't try it. Like, we want to get you to try it because we know that it works. So if you just do this, you'll get the result. So that's basically what he does there. He adds his guarantee. So you'll need to put in the work outlined here. In an industry like this, it's smart to be skeptical. However, I'm so certain that via this, you'll be able to make more money than you ever thought possible and have the freedom to do whatever you want. For £5 a day, I'll guarantee your investment of this, these, and this. Really valuable, right? For 90 days. Wait, 2 more bonuses. So he's adding more bonuses. 12 months access to a private coaching community. Valued at £2,000. Again, he's built it up. and 12 months of free live phone-in webinars. So you get 12 months of calls and community here, and all you have to do, it's an extra £5,000 worth of value, 3,000, 2,000, and it's free for you. And then so he does is value stacking, which is quite common. He gives you all this stuff. This is what you're getting: 2K, 250, 5K, total value, you pay, you save. So it's very much like I'm saving you $5,000 here. Like, this should be costing you $7,500, but it's not. So why am I letting you do this? Again, showing how you're going to get your money back, like how you actually make back your investment, and invest into ads and see this big return. Upgrade your environment. Either way, your fitness business grows if you make this decision today. Either way, you get this amazing result immediately if you do this, right? So upgrade your environment, your choice. That's this, blah, blah, blah. So you can see more copy, basically, like persuading them, right? So again, it's just reiterating what he's talked about the whole way thing. It's like, you've got these two paths, whatever you want to do, but we've shown you why this is great. Again, and that's pretty much it. Again, I promise you, I'll give you a burger for coming with me, blah, 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 claim the fitness, blah, 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 and then fill. And then this is a PS. This is just additional information generally to summarize this, because a lot of people will skip the entire sales page. So you want to summarize it with a PS. Retire or innovate. This entire investment is about what one product package sold by you ought to be. If you don't know what a product package is, it's because you're still selling on hourly rates. Okay, so this is essentially summarizing what the thing was about, right? And again, this is how much it should be costing you, this is how much it is costing you, or if you want to break that down even further, you can do that. Frequently asked questions. So this is basically more objection handling. Hey, I don't know if this works. Again, so some of these aren't actually covered, but basically you set up questions here that you know they're going to ask, and then you show how your product solves that problem, right? And so what if I need a refund? Again, these don't have the answers under them because this was copied from a sales page, and some of these just didn't come over, but they basically just objection handled here. He shows them how, like, what they're buying is, our product solves all your problems. What if I need a refund? And then he talks about the price, which is because he might have people buying this from all over the world, right? So this is how much the price is for our product. Buy. And we also have all these reputable payment options. You can use your credit, debit card, regardless where you live. You can also use PayPal, blah, blah, blah. So that is it. 41 minutes, we did well. And the video is not over yet, because I'm going to show you something very interesting. We'll just cut back to the camera, and it's super valuable. So now you should understand what a good sales page looks like. But if you don't understand how to actually get clients with it, which gets you paid, you just won't be able to make money off this new knowledge and skill that you have. If you're ready for me and my team to hold your hand and walk you through this entire process, just so you don't have to waste months and months trying to figure it out by yourself, you should book a call with the link down below to apply for my mentorship program. And look, if you don't have money to invest in a program like mine, then don't worry, I've got your back. This video on screen is essential if you want to understand how to get paid clients. So click this video, sit back, and get ready to learn some more. See you there.